Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Townsend, Montana. This is the Bigfork Vikings Football Network, BFST events here on YouTube. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, here on a beautiful day in Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings quarterfinal matchup featuring the Bigfork Vikings taking on the Townsend Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, the number one seed, one loss on their season out of the South. So the only teams left are the South and the West. The West and the South getting the sweeps last week in the first round of the playoffs. And pregame brought to you by Hanson Excavating. Demolition and site preparation, excavating and grading in business for 30 years. Fred Hansen, 837-1051 or hansonexcavating.com. Had a chance to sit down with three of the assistant coaches last night at the hotel and talk about when they played. Two of them, Connor Coleman and Adam Jordan, actually played for the Vikings, went on to play college football. Connor at Northern and Adam at MSU in Bozeman. And then also Tristan Hurd, a former Deer Lodge or Powell County warden, and went on to play at Western, coached at Deer Lodge and came up and been coaching at Bigfork. So I want to find out about their experience as players, what they learned in college, and why they're coming back to coach at the high school level. And this is what they had to say last night. You guys played high school football, and then you came back. All right, welcome to pregame. Yeah, let me start that over for you guys. 2021 quarterfinal action coming up as we're at the hotel here in Helena the night before the Vikings take on the Townsend Bulldogs. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vows, along with three of the coaches, Connor Coleman, Tristan Clark, and Adam Jordan. So the reason I want to talk to you guys, and you probably figured it out by now, all of you guys played high school football, and then you came back and coached at your alma mater, right, after playing some college ball. Tell me what, first of all, your high school experience, what made you guys want to become coaches? And I'll start with Connor first.
For me, I would say my family's been a part of Bigfork since the 30s, going to the high school and things like that. So this program has done a lot for me, so I just tried to give back to it. And I enjoy doing it at the same time, so it's easy choice.
Adam Jordan?
Yeah, very similar to what Connor said about, growing up here and being able to play through the Bigfork community and then, giving back to it. They put into me, and hopefully I can give everything back to these kids.
Tristan, now you went to Powell County or Deer Lodge, you can say it either way, and went back and you coached there, and then you came up here to Bigfork. Talk about that experience going back to coach at Deer Lodge and now coming to Bigfork, and is there a difference in the two programs?
No, yeah, for sure. I think just like these two, when you go back to your hometown and you want to give back because you had such an amazing experience with good coaches and good teachers and the good in the community around you. So it's special to go back to your hometown for sure. And then obviously moving up to Bigfork. Bigfork's had amazing tradition and a lot of sports. Their community is very involved in athletics, and so I think that's super cool and just a good experience being up in Bigfork and having a lot of support from the community and the school. So, yeah.
All three of you guys went on to play college ball. You played at Western, is that correct?
Yep.
You played at MSU Bozeman, and you played at Northern, correct, Connor?
Yep.
So Adam played at. What was your experience like in college? What did you take out of playing college football that you could bring back and teach these kids? And how do you relate? You guys are young, right? So being young, I've found out relates really good with kids respond to that, because hey, you're the same age. You guys played the game. You played college football, and these kids can really relate to you. Adam, go first.
I think just being a young coach and getting the chance to play at a high level is always a really good opportunity. And there's coaches there, obviously, that know a whole lot about football. And so trying to take a lot of the information there and trying to give it back to what you can take away from it and hopefully pass on to the younger kids. Hopefully they learn a lot more from that experience as well. And then just a lot of it is, how work ethic wise, what you're willing to put into it, and just, doing all the little things that make up a lot in the long run.
Yeah, now you're teaching at Bigfork now, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Tristan, what about you and what you learned at Western? Did that experience help you become not only a better player but a better coach?
Yeah, for sure. No, Adam hit it right on the nail. It's a high level. Obviously, from high school or college, you can definitely tell kind of skill level wise, and so in the end, football is football. You got to tackle. You got to protect the ball. You got to block. All things like that. And so I think we try and relate to these kids by everyone has a love for football because that's why we're here. And so college was awesome. It was helpful at a high level. But coming back in that high school area, I think you just kind of preach, the love of the game and being there for your buddies because, everyone's having a great time and we're here doing it together. So I think, yeah.
I'm going to ask Connor that in a minute. Adam, I didn't get a chance to coach you, but I don't know if everybody knows out there, I had the opportunity to not only coach Connor in a couple different sports, basketball back in 7th grade, and then also the first 2 years of high school football with Coach Corbett. Talk about what you learned going and playing at the college level that you brought back, because you've been with the Vikings for quite a long time.
Yeah. I'd say for me the biggest part was when I got to college, everyone gets recruited to play college football for a reason. Everyone can play football. Everyone's a good athlete. Everyone goes in loving football. I think the biggest thing for me was the mental aspect of football and how much different it is when you go up to the next level. You have to be mentally prepared to be beaten up mentally in practice and in during your meetings and all that, but then also do your 12 to 16 credits or whatever you're doing. I think that for me was an eye-opener because at high school, football is a lot of fun in high school. When you get to college, it's still fun, but it's more of a job. You're not necessarily going out to play with your buddies. You're going out to earn your scholarship, and your coaches, if you aren't performing, you're taking food out of their kids' mouths. So the level of intensity is significantly raised in college.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, and I just want to add on to that. It's fun, right? That's why everyone plays, is because it's so much fun. And I think at the high school level, especially, hopefully that we're giving that out to other kids that football is a really fun sport, and that's why we're coaching essentially, is because of its how fun it is, and that's why you play.
Yeah, I agree. I think ultimately it's just a game, but having fun and enjoy what you're doing. I told that to Coach Ben when I interviewed him before. I think, and I've watched. Obviously, I've had an opportunity to coach at the high school level football, and then PA and broadcast, and I've seen a lot of football over the years, right? And I just think you guys, your whole coaching staff has done an outstanding job with these kids, and they're a special group of kids. I mean, you can see that they're well together, they're family. Is there a special coach out there that kind of motivated you? I know you two guys got to play for Emsley, and Emsley was just an absolute outstanding man. I mean, he still is, but when he coached football, he did it the right way in his coaching staff, and Coach Ben, I see the same thing in the way he does things. Connor, I mean, you guys in your group, when I look at it, you guys really turn things around. And when I was filming at the time, I can tell you the exact game that turned the Bigfork program was at Conrad, the Cowboys. Yep. 37-0 at halftime. Yep. And as the first time I heard Coach Emsley yell at you when I went to use the restroom, and I left immediately after that. But the second half, you dominated 28-7 against them, and that really turned the program. What was it like playing for Coach Emsley? Adam, you're going to interject as well. And ultimately, guys, taking you to a state championship in 2010.
I think playing for Todd reduced a lot of competitive juices I had in my body, like playing for, because not only the football program was down before that, our basketball program was down as well, our track, all of our sports programs were down. So I think that along with Todd coming back and coaching the team, I think that switching classes to Class B helped as well. And playing for Todd there was a level of things he expected from you. You know, I think that with coaches before that, there was no level of expectations for every player. You might have had an expectation for your best player, but you're only as good as your worst player, right? So I think Todd brought a level of expectation to the group, and he also, his coaching staff, he had a great coach staff as well, and they were around each other a long time. So you know, and it's almost the same thing when you look at Coach Ben. We've all been with each other for a good amount of time now. I've known Tristan for, you know, for 3 or 4 years now. I've known Adam my whole life. Ed coached me, right? Eric is kind of like a dad to all of us, and we're all a tight-knit group, and not one of us has a big ego. And it's the same thing with Todd's staff. I don't think anyone had an ego on that staff, and everyone is coaches for the same goal, and you know, same goal as to watch the kids reach their potential as a person and as a player, and also as as a person, as a player, and and they expect stuff from the coaches as well, which I appreciate.
Adam, what about, you know, you played under Coach Emsley as well, got to do that. My oldest son did for a couple of years, and my youngest played all but the last year. So what do you got to say about Todd, and then, you know, the similarities between him and Coach Ben?
Before we get that with the players, I'm going to give you what Coach Ben had to say, and I'll play the rest of that coaches one at halftime. So let's hear it. Coach Ben had to say here as we get ready here on the pregame show.
All right, continue with the pregame show here. I'm with the head coach, Jim Ben, on the pregame as it's Friday night. No Friday Night Lights. We're going to play on Saturday tomorrow and take on the Townsend Bulldogs. But talk about your team coming off that big win, and they played absolutely outstanding, I thought, all phases against Glasgow. What he can take out of that ball game into this ball game this week to continue the way you guys play?
You know, we obviously we got some weather roll in that wasn't supposed to roll in, so we kind of made the decision to go to our all-weather offense, and you know, we outweighed them, I think, 100+ pounds per guy, and you know, just were able to exert our will and play good old-fashioned playoff football, and that was what we want to be. You know, we're a lot more balanced this year, but it's nice when you can just line up and smack the ball at somebody.
Well, I tell you, I was watching from up in the booth, and I could see holes you could drive trucks through. The offense line did just an outstanding job. And Patrick, efficient, talk about efficient, 2 for 2, 1 for a touchdown. Got Wyatt Johnson on the seam, and 26 yards later, he's in the end zone. So very efficient, very good offense. And I thought the key to that was your offensive line.
Yeah, they did a nice job up front. That group is, you know, I coached against them when they were sophomores and thought, wow, those are big kids. Their progression through high school has been impressive. They're really good athletes for being big guys. And they take great pride in what we do. And you know, we've even dubbed them the Dad Bod Squad. And you know, they really relish that, and they're a group that deserves more attention because they really are a special group.
Yeah, it was really nice to interview Goosey after the game, and talk about his perspective from being a lineman, because the linemen get left out, but you know what? They are the key to the game. And then your defensive line played as well. Nick Walker getting some pressure. That allowed Patrick, George Gibson to get those 2 picks because of the pressure. He had to float that up, and including the pick 6.
Yeah, defensively, we were all over what they were going to do, and this will be a little different week. Townsend's very well coached and very disciplined. They have some very big players, and we're hoping that we can manage the game and do the things we need to do so that we can be successful.
So it looks like weight-wise, I think you outweigh Townsend on the line, and probably continue to do the same thing. And what do you have to do to be successful against them tomorrow?
I think ball control will be important.
Actually, they have some guys that came from towns that actually play for the Grizz, so it should be a good ball game tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. Calling the game again, it's so much fun. Like I told these guys, you guys do an outstanding job with these kids, and the kids are great kids. The team's, just a great team and reflection of the coach and the coaching staff. And I'm looking for a really good game tomorrow, and hopefully we come out on fire like we did against Glasgow. A little tougher opponent, but I think you guys are up for the task and can play with anybody in the state.
Yeah, I think we've proven that we can play with just about anybody, and we just have to play tomorrow our best, and hope to create some situations that are useful to us.
Well, I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, and I hope you make me work another weekend, so get things done, and we'll be out there on the field tomorrow. So good luck, and go Vikes.
Sounds good. Thanks, James.
Well, head coach Jim Benn on the pregame show, and I misspoke. It wasn't George Gibson. That's a basketball player from the past. It was George Buckland with the 2 picks in an outstanding game, 3 touchdowns, and the 2 interceptions, and including a pick 6 in that ball game like Glasgow. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, with you. 406-270-7384. 52 degrees, clouds, supposed to be about 56, maybe 58. A beautiful day for playoff football here. They're doing the introductions right now, and introductions are going to be brought to you by the UPS store. For all your printing and shipping needs, 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork, Montana. 837-2002, including banners and posters. Thank Brad Stodshill and the folks at UPS Store for their proud sponsorship of Bigfork Athletics. Hey, the starting lineups, first of all, for the Townsend Bulldogs, it'll be the starting offense. Number 3, Jesus Garcia, a 5'10", 158-pound junior wide receiver. At tight end, it'll be a 6'5", 200-pound senior. Number 4, Braden Rock. At quarterback, Trey Hovland at 6'1", 182 pounds, a senior. Wide receiver at 6'3", 177 pounds, a senior. Number 7, Gavin Vandenaker. The running backs, first of all, at 5'10", 156, senior. Number 25, Tommy Stewart. And then a 5'6", 148-pound junior. Number 32, Dawson Sweat. The offensive line, they got 6 marked down here. At 6'1", 200 pounds, a junior, number 54, Walker Spurlock. At 5'11", 225 pounds, senior, offensive lineman, number 58, Adam Ellis. At 6'1", 203, senior, offensive lineman, 60, Tyser Sangre. At 6'1", 199, sophomore offensive lineman, number 68, Julian Stewart. And finally, a 6'1", 185-pound senior, number 75, Carson Lawlisher. For head coach Travis Ross, assisted by Joe Horn, Dan Hazlitt, Josh Leonard, Michael, I hope I say this right, Snigtigan, and Justin Sell. For the starting offense for your Vikings here today. And at center, it'll be 308-pound senior, 6'3", number 77, George Brown. And the guards, you have a 6'1", 204-pound senior, number 51, Jordan Betts. At the other guard, it'll be 6', 260-pound junior, number 66, Ethan Rodriguez. Now the tackles. At 300 pounds, 6'1", senior, number 72, Trey Rodriguez. And a captain tackle, 6'3", 287-pound senior, Braden Goosey, number 74. At tight end, it's 6'3", 190-pound junior, number 10, Bryce Gilliard. And for the wide receivers, we have a 6'4" junior, 212-pound, number 6, Nick Walker. And then a 6'2", 170-pound junior wide receiver. Got to see what he's wearing today. He wore 13 last week. Usually he's number 9. And I'll check that for Isaac Epperly. The running backs, first of all, a 5'10", 168-pound senior outstanding gain, number 11, George Buckland. And then a 5'10", 205-pound senior running back, number 3, Captain Levi Taylor. And then the quarterback, 5'10", 172, senior quarterback, number 2, Patrick Wallen, captain as well. And the Vikings, head coach Jim Benn, assisted by Adam Jort, Connor Coleman, Ed Buttry, Eric Thortis, and Tristan Clark. The managers for the Vikings, Liz Hyde, Delcy Stewart, and Emma Stanford. You have to forgive me, I just got doing divisional volleyball the last couple of days, and proud of the Valkyries' effort there at the divisional tournament. 406-270-7384. Let me know that you're listening out there. And we'll get ready for the kickoff here. 12:53, about 3 minutes till, and they'll do the coin toss and get ready to go. In the meantime, before that happens, let me see if I can bring up the rest of that interview I had with 37-9 with the coach.
There was a level of things he expected from him, I think that with coaches before that, there was no level of expectations for every player. You might have had an expectation for your best player, but you're only as good as your worst player, right? So I think Todd brought a level of expectation to the group, and his coaching staff, he had a great coach staff as well, and they were around each other a long time. So and it's almost the same thing when you look at Coach Ben. We've all been with each other for a good amount of time now. I've known Tristan for, for 3 or 4 years now. I've known Adam my whole life. Ed coached me, right? Eric is kind of like a dad to all of us, and we're all a tight-knit group, and not one of us has a big ego. And it's the same thing with Todd's staff. I don't think anyone had an ego on that staff, and everyone is coaches for the same goal, and same goal as to watch the kids reach their potential as a person and as a player, and also as a person as a player, and and they expect stuff from the coaches as well.
Well, I'm going to jump in, going to the coin toss right now. Things running a little early. I had a lot of interview last night on the pregame. I'll play the rest of that at halftime before I give the stats. That way you can hear what the assistant coaches had to say. So it looks like Bigfork has won the toss. Goosey, Taylor, Levi Taylor, Jackson Abney, and Wallen, and Bigfork won the toss, and they will receive that first kickoff, looking to take things and like they did last week. 45 is Klaus Rauser, 75, 32, and 7. So 7 is Gavin Vandenaker, 25 Tommy Sweat, and 75 Carson Lalashur were the captains for Townsend. Bigfork winning the toss, and they'll receive the kickoff here in Townsend, Montana. Quarterfinals of the 2021 Class B football championships, and a beautiful day here in Townsend. No wind like last week, no snow like last week, and ready to roll here. Right next to me, my partner is Emma Stanford doing the filming for the Vikings. She was on my other side over in Glasgow, so I'll put her on my left side, and she'll keep me straight up here during the ball game and help me out maybe, huh? Anyway, the Vikings getting ready to receive that kickoff, and 12 minutes on the clock here, ready to go in quarterfinal action as the Bigfork Vikings are taking on the Townsend Bulldogs. Kickoff brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. For all your grocery needs, includes an amazing bakery, deli, lots of things. 8111 Highway 35 at Bigfork, 837-5010 Marcus and Kelly Balgos and the gangs at Bigfork Harvest Foods, and we're ready to roll here in Townsend, Montana. The officials out there, some of Montana's finest. I don't have their names, but let me know that you can hear this out there, somebody. 406-270-7384. It says I'm live. It says I'm streaming, and been on the air for almost 29 minutes, so ready to roll here. Back deep to receive is George Buckland. On either side is Isaac Epperly. He'll be wearing number 9 today. And 34 is Joseph Ferrier. Kicking off for Townsend, it'll be number 5, Trey Hovland, their quarterback, from their 40. And we're ready to go here in Townsend, Montana. And we'll kick off, looks like we'll kick off right on schedule here. I have 12:58, and we're ready to roll. The Vikings and the Bulldogs here from Townsend, Montana. Glad to be with you on a beautiful day. 406-270-7384. Marine, your husband told me that you were listening, told me I better do a good job like last week, and I appreciate your feedback. So I know the kids coming out, and they're ready to play. They're fired up here today and get things going. And officials giving them Hovland the football, and we're about ready to go here in Townsend. Hovland back to his 30, the ball on the 40, placed and ready to go. And here comes a kick by Hovland over the right side. Picking it up is Buckland up the right side. He's going to be taken out of bounds, or taken down on the far side, fighting out to the 20. He picks it up at about the 10 or 12-yard line. A host of Bulldogs there. I saw number 8 in on the tackle, Sawyer Horn, on the tackle. And it'll be Bigfork football at the 21 here in Townsend. So about 11-yard return by Buckland as the ball rolled to the left side, nearly out of bounds, but Buckland had to pick it up. We'll put 2 receivers out to the left side, Walker and Isaac Epperly. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Levi Taylor on his left side. And the snap. There goes Levi Taylor, left side. He crosses the 30, out near a first down. Brought down there by number 18, Ryan Rock. And that'll be enough for a Bigfork Vikings first down. And 1st and 10 from the 32 on a nice run by Taylor up the left side. The line getting the job done early. And they'll come to the line. Shotgun formation, Wallen. Taylor on the left side. 2 receivers, Walker and Epperly out to the left. Ferrier on the right wing, Buckland on the right wing for the Vikes. Snap. This time Taylor's going to go right side. Gets across the 35 out near the 40-yard line. And they're going to spot it at the 39, so pick up about 7 for Bigfork. And that'll be 2nd down and 3. So the Vikings last week came out in the I formation. This week they're coming in shotgun, but they're running the football here early. They'll run that same formation. Buckland on the right wing. Taylor next to Wallen in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left side. Wallen gets set. The snap. Gives it up. Inside to Buckland. Buckland's going to break it out. He's at the 40, at the 45. That was so quick. Gives it off to Taylor. Taylor gives the Buckland on the counter. And he runs it right up the left side, inside of Bulldog territory, down to the 44-yard line. Another Bigfork Vikings first down. 10:43 and counting here in the first quarter. And just like last week, the Vikings moving the ball down the field. That offensive line doing the job. So Walker and the Epperly out to the left side. Taylor next to Wallen, shotgun. Buckland on the right wing. Wallen waiting for the snap from Brown. Here comes the snap, hands it up. Taylor going to break, goes left side, goes a little backwards. In on the tackle was number 60 and 32 for Townsend. 60 is Tyser Sangre, and 32 as well as Dawson Sweat. He'll lose about a half yard. We'll call it 2nd 11, just inside the 45. Wallen, shotgun formation. This time Taylor on his right side. Left wing for Buckland. 2 receivers out to the right. Walker and Epperly. Motion goes Buckland. Buckland going to run on the sweep. And tripped up in the backfield. Going to lose 5 as he tries to hurdle. And 32 Sweat on the stop. Mary Jensen says they can hear. Janine Reichenbach, that's good. I'm glad you guys can hear it. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. We lost 5 on the play, 3rd and about 16, back at the 49-yard line. A light wind blowing now. Buckland, left wing. Walker and Epperly out to the right. Wallen. Levi to his right side. Going to hand it up. Levi Taylor's going to go left side this time. Breaks it down inside the 49, down to the 44, back to the original line of scrimmage. 58 and 18 on the tackle. Ryan Rock. They're like Adam Ellis as well. And just inside the 45. And Ferrier will come on to punt for Bigfork. And the wind picking up just a little bit here. Back deep to receive is number 18, Ryan Rock for Townsend. And Ferrier inside is 45 to receive the snap. Nice snap. Gets the kickoff and a nice punt out the right side down inside the 10. Picks it up about the 5. Right there is Nick Walker. Gets by him up the left side. Gets past Wallen. A flag flies at about the 20-yard line. And we'll check that. Usually that's holding on the return. And we'll see. That could cost some return yards. And out on the far side, hard to see, at the 25. Wallen over there. And it is holding against Townsend. That'll cost them 10 yards from the spot. So they'll take it from the 20. And it's checked. Yeah, they marked off only 5, and it's 10 on a holding. He finally gets it right. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Will Townsend. And the Vikings come out with their 3-4-4 defense. Receivers on either side. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Single setback next to him. And somebody in the slot as well. So number 5, Hovland, the quarterback. Hands it off right there. Met in the backfield. Gets away. And right spins but can't get away. And 32 in on the tackle was Abney. And 32 Sweat spinning as they tried to bring him down. Thought he had him for a no gain, but he picks up 5, gets it out to the 15. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. And the wind really picking up out of the north here in Townsend. I'll try to move with my back against it so I can call the game. Trips out to the right side. Shotgun formation, single setback next to Hovland on the right side. Going to hand up to Sweat. This time Sweat's grabbed and gobbled up right there. And I believe that was Betts. 51, Betts grabs him and Ferrier helps out. And maybe a half yard, we'll call it 3rd and long 4, maybe 3rd and 5. So a big 3rd down coming up for the Vikings. And they'll send trips out to the right side again. Sweat next to Hovland in the backfield. Shotgun formation. He's looking to pass. His Hovland pressure comes up over the middle. Oh, reaching out and making the catch is number 7, Gavin Vandenaker with his hands. Right there is on the coverage is Abney. Gets it out. Let's see where they spot that. At the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st down for the Bulldogs. So 1st and 10. And then they'll send trips out to the right side. Double, 2 receivers. Twins on the left side. And false start there. Vandenacre takes off before the snap. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, illegal motion on Townsend. Push him back. It'll be 1st and 15. Baker a little eager to get going there. 6:06 to go, no score here in the first quarterfinals of the Class B state championship playoffs here in Townsend. Trips out to the right side. Twins on the left side. Single quarterback shotgun formation is Hovland. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Pressure getting on. Throws it over and caught by Sweat right there. Sweat, Levi Taylor on, and Abney on the tackle. Sweat gets a completion out across the 30 to about the 31, maybe the 32. We'll call it 2nd down and about 5. A long 4, we'll call it 5. Here, 2nd down for Bigfork. Trying to get pressure on the quarterback is Venegas and Walker, and they'll send a single receiver on either side. And shotgun formation is Hovland, single setback, Sweat next to him. Hands off to Sweat, Sweat up the middle. Pushing through, they push him all the way back to the Vikings. In on the tackle is Walker, Goosey, and Abney. Read that one really well. And we'll be back inside the 35, about 34. Actually picked up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Gave him his forward progress out to just short of the 35. They got to get out to about the 30, just beyond the 36. Single receiver each side. Twin running backs, shotgun formation on either side of the quarterback. They're going to hand it out to Sweat. Sweat right at Wallen right there. He crosses the 40 out to about the 44 and a 1st down for the Bulldogs here in Townsend, Montana. That's Sweat, track star for Townsend. So 4:04 to go, no score on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Vandenacre out to the right side, single receiver left. They'll run I formation. Shotgun is Hovland. Second back through, fakes it. You're looking to throw long back there. Epperly. Nice coverage by Epperly. And intended for Vandenacre. They tried to go long, and Epperly did not bite. He's got good coverage, and a pass goes over the top and incomplete. So he'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 from about the 43-yard line, if you will, for Townsend. James Meyer, the shop teacher, listening. We'll go trips out to the right, single receiver left. Shotgun formation, single setback next to Hovland. Snap, looking to throw. Pressure put up. Oh, look, the flag does fly. Epperly breaks it up on the post pattern intended for Vandenacre. Epperly, that's 6'2", jumps up and makes the play, but there's a flag in the backfield as I saw Venegas get taken down, and I believe that's going to be a holding call, and it is. So a holding call back at the 38-yard line. That should be 10 yards from the spot. And it was 2nd down. Don't want to give him that. Going to give him 2nd down again. Going to push him back 10 yards from there. And all the way back inside the 30 at the 28. They got to get out to the 43. My book says it's 2nd and 25. So they'll come out, single receiver, Vandenacre on the right side. Get their best receiver, and single receiver on the left side. Split backs behind Hovland in the shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Looking to pass, got to get pressure on him, throws it out to left side. Buckland lets him catch it in front of him and takes him down at about the 40-yard line on the reception by number 3, Jesus Garcia. And it'll bring up third down from the 41-yard line. Got to get over in Bigfork territory at about the 47. I misspoke earlier. So about 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs. So a big key third down. And Hovland will go shotgun formation. Trips out to the right side. Single receiver left. Looking to pass. Pressure put on. He throws it up. And Buckland lets it get behind him. And the catch there by Garcia. And Buckland recovers and makes the tackle, but not before the first down in Viking territory at about the 27-yard line. And Buckland bid on it, let him get behind him, and Hovland hits him. And Buckland immediately takes him down. One receiver out to the right side. And they'll go shotgun formation, Sweat behind Hovland. Single receiver out to the left. Sweat looking to run right side. Fast out there. Gets to the outside. Sweat. Venegas along with Wyatt Johnson, but not before Sweat gets inside the 10-yard line. And they'll be down at the 6. It'll be first and goal from the 6 with 2:26 to go on the UPS Store scoreboard. No score here in Townsend, Montana. And they'll go shotgun formation. Sweat fast. Tight formation for the Bulldogs. Nobody out wide. He's going to hand out to Sweat. Sweat's going to go right side. Ducks inside and dives towards the goal line. Is brought down by Taylor. Short about the 1-yard line. So pick up about 5 on the play. It'll be second and goal from the 1. And the Vikings need to come up with a big stop here. As advertised, Sweat is fast. And he got to the outside there. They'll send receivers on either side, split out. I formation, Hovland will go under center. Sweat dots the I, and Hovland's going to take it up the middle, but he got stopped short. Yeah, the side judge comes in. Hovland goes down, didn't get it in. That's going to bring up third and goal. And right there, George Brown and Goosey, or check that, Goosey in on the stop for Bigfork. Getting a push up front is Goosey, along with George Brown. George Brown on his left side, so able to not allow the Bulldogs to get forward penetration and able to stop it. Hovland trying to get in. Clock running under a minute here in the first quarter. They'll split receivers out either side, and I formation. Hovland will go under center. And the left guard moves. That's going to be 5-yard penalty. Put him back to the 6. So a good stop there. We got third down and goal from the 6. So a better opportunity for the Vikings. And 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. On the UPS Store scoreboard, we have no score. So we'll change out some line when they have the goal line in with George Brown along with Rodriguez. That's Trey Rodriguez, 72. So Bulldogs will have to go and call something different. They'll send trips out to the left side. Hovland will go shotgun formation. Single receiver out to the right side. Looking, he's going to roll, throws it out there. Sweat drops it on the pass. And Buckland on the coverage. And it'll bring up fourth down and goal from the 6. So the Vikings getting a big goal line stand here. Got them to jump, pushed them back 5 yards. And what are the Bulldogs going to do? Are they going to go for it? Or try to kick a field goal here? We'll see. And looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So the Vikings need to come up with a big stop here. Then they'll send doubles, 2 receivers, or check that. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver on the right side. Single setback motion goes to receiver Sweat. Hands off to him, looks, reverse, and throws it in the corner. And out of bounds. So they ran a reverse, pitched it to the quarterback. Quarterback threw it, and number 7, I think Vandenacre threw it, the wide receiver, threw it to Hovland. Hovland was out of bounds. So a turnover on downs, a nice goal line stop by the Vikings here early. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their own 5-yard line, so they're going to have to run 20.6 to go. So a nice goal line stand by the defense of the Vikings. They'll go tight formation. Wallen will go under center. Going to run her up. Goes Buckland. Buckland's at the 10, the 20. He's at the 30. He's at the 40, the 50. One guy to beat. Hurdles him. He's at the 30. He's down at the 25 of Townsend. And a nice block there on Sweat. Sweat's fast. A flag is down at the 42-yard line. And that was a nice block. And then hurdling, Buckland hurdles Sweat right there as he goes down and gets it down to the 25, but that may come back. Buckland got out the right side and just ran up the right sideline using his speed and leading the way. And I'll see what the indication is. They're calling hurdling on Buckland.
What about the sideline violation?
It'll back. Bigfork will have it at their own 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. So they gained 40 on the play. And I'm not sure. In high school football, you can't hurdle. I know Canaan did that in a game against Townsend at Bigfork, and they didn't throw the flag but told him you're not supposed to do that. What do you do when a guy goes down on the ground? You're not supposed to step on him. But so Buckland, as the block is put on, hurdles over him so he doesn't step on him, and he gets called for the penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10, 45. So it must have been a 15-yard penalty. Oh, Vikings will get it going again. They'll run I formation, and that runs the clock. The first quarter is over here. No score, so a big defensive stop by the Vikings. No score on your Flathead Lodge scoreboard after 1 complete. And the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 45 and driving. And I'll be back here from Townsend, Montana. No score on the scoreboard. So welcome back here to Townsend, Montana. So the Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line, and they'll come in I formation. Ferrier on the right wing, and Buckland dots the I, takes it up left side, and a host of Bulldogs in on, or they would say as a pack, 75-44. So 75 Carson Lawlessure and 45 Klaus Rouser. And no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from their own 45. And the wind coming up, probably blowing, I would say, close to about 10 miles an hour coming out of the north. They'll go I formation again. Levi Taylor, Wallen under center. Here goes Buckland right side. Going to break it up the middle. He's got the 40. Inside the 40, Townsend territory. Down about the 37 or 38. Brought down there by number 2. That's Braxton Spencer. And Buckland on the nice run out of the I. Takes it down to the 38-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. So they'll go I formation again. Taylor, Buckland behind him, Wallen under center. Ferrier on the right wing for the Vikings. This time they're going to give it to Buckland again. Buckland going to take it down near the 35-yard line. And 58-44. Adam Ellis and Richard Jones in on the tackle. He'll pick up like 3, so he gets it down to the 35-yard line for progress. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Vikings. And no score here on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. They'll go I formation again. Waller will go under center. Taylor, Buckland behind him. Ferry on the right wing. There goes Ferrier. He's inside the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Vikings! Ferrier from his right wing takes it up the left side. Nice blocking up front and takes it from the 35-yard line, 35 yards out for the touchdown. That'll bring on Tristan Hurd for the extra point try for Bigfork. And Wallen to hold, Taylor to do the snap for Bigfork. Up 6-0. Wallen getting set, marks the spot, gets the snap, gets it down. Tristan Hurd right through the uprights. 10-10 to go till halftime in the quarterfinals. And it is the Bigfork Vikings leading 7-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. So the Vikings do what they did last week, really able to run the football. And with that offensive line dominating up front here in Townsend. I'll be back with the rest of the first half here from Townsend, Montana as the Vikings lead 7-0. All right, we're back here in Townsend, Montana. Quarterfinal action in the playoffs. The Vikings up 7-0 on your Montana Athletics Club scoreboard. Tristan Hurd to kick off for Bigfork. Back deep, 32 Sweat, along with 7 Vandenaker for Townsend. And the wind picking up a little bit, at times gusting, so slowed down to about 5 miles an hour. Hurd to kick, kicks it deep. Sweat at his inside the 10 at the 9. And here comes Sweat up the middle. Grab there, taken down. That's 38 for Bigfork. And nice job for the Vikes. That's Sean Benson on the tackle. A backup running back, but man, he made the play right there on special teams. And brings it out at the 29-yard line. So from the 9 to the 29, about 20-yard return, but Benson right there bear hugs him and takes him down. And it'll be the second series for Townsend. They'll send doubles, 2 receivers either side, shotgun formation. Is Hovland Sweat next to him on his left side. Hovland looking to throw. Over the middle. Got him deep right there. And caught there by Sweat over the shoulder. Nice catch by him. Abney on the coverage. And big play capability by Townsend. Let him get behind him just a little bit. And throwing with that wind. It'll be 1st and 10 inside Bigfork territory at the 36-yard line. So the Vikings need to step up defensively again. And Hovland will go in shotgun formation. Sweat right next to him, as well as 25 on the other side. That's Stewart. Split backs, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Hands it up to Stewart, second guy. Right there is Betts. Gilliard in on the tackle as well. And he'll take it inside the 35 down to the 34. Picks up 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. So 2nd and 8 from the 34 of Bigfork. And need to come up with a big stop here. Do the Vikings. Two receivers on the right side, including Sweat in the slot. 2 on the right side. Hovland, snap. Looking to throw deep. He's got Sweat looking for him over the middle. Vandenaker up underneath. Epperly on the tackle as well as Wallen down near the 20-yard line as Vandenaker drags across late from right to left and completes it down to the 20 of Bigfork and 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And this is going to be a dogfight today between the Vikes and the Bulldogs as we anticipated. The Bulldogs, the number 1 seed, 1 loss this year out of the South. They lost to Florence, who's a very good team. Going to go quick snap. Hovland trips out to the right side. Single receiver, doubles, left. Throwing quickly out the slant to Vandenaker. Tripped up right there. Nice tackle by Buckland right at the 20 as George Buckland, nice job there at the 20. And he'll pick up 1. So they were down to 21. Picked up 1, 2nd down and 9 for Townsend. They'll rush to the line of scrimmage quickly sometimes and try to quick snap catch the Vikings off guard. This time they don't. Hovland shotgun formation. Stewart next to him. 2 receivers either side, doubles. Hovland looking. And Hovland out of the shotgun, take the snap, going to run it right up the front. And right there, Goosey. Goosey says no, no, no. Grabs him and pulls him down. And Hovland maybe gained a yard. Yes, he did. Down to the 19. It'll be 3rd down. And I'm going to call it a long 7. So at 19, actually 3rd and 2. Or excuse me, 3rd and 8. Check that, as we say. And doubles. 2 receivers on either side. Hovland, shotgun formation, Stewart next to him. Hovland looking, dragging over the late is Stewart. Throws underneath, but Gilliard right there. That little drag route, they must have watched that on film. He's going to lose yards all the way back to the 24-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th and 13. So the Vikings stepping up when they needed. 7-0 on your UPS store scoreboard. The Vikings lead here. 6:48 to go here till halftime. And a nice job play there by Bryce Gilliard. At the same time, his brother Logan playing over there for Carroll in Helena. We're just about 30 minutes away from Helena where we stayed last night. And timeout taken here by Townsend as they're thinking about what they should do. 4th and 13. And they'll probably have to throw it here on 4th down if they're going to go for it. They say 4th and 14. Yeah, right about that. 4th and 13, 4th and 14 to go. And the Vikings giving up some big plays but stepping up when they need to and making some plays as Sweat dragging across late over the middle just like they did to Vandenaker earlier. This time Gilliard read that perfectly and tackled him for a loss, a 5-yard loss on that play. Once again, 406-270-7384. If you can hear me out there listening, I'll give you a shout out. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of Owls, here from Townsend, Montana. Quarterfinals, the 2021 Class B football championship. And here comes the Bulldogs, and looks like they're going to go for it. And Hovland, they'll send doubles. 2 receivers each side. Stewart on the left side of Hovland. And shotgun formation for Hovland. Looking to throw it. Looking for Sweat late. Hovland can throw it underneath. And knocked away. Venegas right there. Pass intended from Vandenegger. So the Vikings once again get a big defensive stop. And on 3rd down, they make a big play for that 5-yard loss, and that put the pressure on the Bulldogs. So the Vikings will take over at their own 24. Check that. Just inside the 25. So we'll say at the 25, just inside the 25, as I can see the chains on the far side. So 1st and 10 for the Vikes. And let's see what happens. They come out. Ferrier on the right wing. Walker over on the left side. Wallen under center. I formation for the Vikes. Gives it up. Taylor up the middle. On the right side. 44 right there to meet him. That's Richard Jones in the hole. And nice sportsmanship helping up Levi Taylor. Taylor takes it across. Picks up 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the senior Levi Taylor. So 2nd 9 for the Vikes here. They'll come out I formation. That worked last week. Might as well run it this week. Walker on the left side. Ferrier on the right wing. I formation Wallen. Buckland dotting the I. Gives it up to Buckland up the middle near the 30-yard line. They'll spot it about the 28. And 3rd down and 6 for the Vikes. Just inside the 30-yard line, about the 29. Got to get about the 34, almost the 35, probably a half yard short. And looking from the far side, we'll call it a good 3rd and 6. Just longer than 5, but I'll call it 3rd and 6. I formation, Wallen under center. Taylor, behind him is Buckland in the I. Ferrier, right side. Give it up to Buckland. Buckland runs it up the left side. And Buckland taken right down at the 30-yard line. And Sweat on the tackle. It maybe lost a yard back to 29. No gain on the play, excuse me. Maybe a half yard. We'll call it 4th down and 5. And the Vikings will kick. Number 18, Ryan Rock back deep to receive. Ferrier back to punt for the Vikings. Snap on the way. Good snap. Ferrier. Nearly blocked. Fair catch there. Signaled by 18 Rock. And Ferrier's punt out to the 50. 1st and 10 for Townsend at their own 50-yard line. They'll go on the left hash. 4:35 to go till halftime, and the Vikes up 7-0 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard here from Townsend. So the defense needs to step up again. They'll go single receivers each side. Split backs behind Hovland. Hovland in shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Hands it off. 2nd guy through, Stewart. Stewart right side. And grabbed right there is Buckland and Betts and Walker. Push Stewart back. And we'll see where there's forward progress is marked. They'll mark it all the way down to the 46. Well, picks up about 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. A little longer than 5, just outside the 45-yard line. And 4:07 and counting. A tough ball game. 2 receivers right side, including Sweat in the slot. 2 receivers on the left side. Hovland, shotgun formation. Stewart next to him, right side. Hovland takes a snap, looking to throw. Vikings got to get pressure on him. Over the middle. Gilliard over the top of Gilliard. Gilliard tried to jump up and catch that. And pass intended for Sweat underneath. And on the coverage is number 21, Jackson Abney. Incomplete. 3rd down and 6. They got to get down to the 40 and just outside the 45. So a little longer than 5 here for the Bulldogs. Bigfork, big third down right here if they can stop him with 3:45 to go to halftime. Again, trips out to the left side. Single receiver right, Hovland shotgun formation. Stewart on his right side. Watch out for the screen here. Looking to throw. Hovland over the middle. They can't catch it. Pops it up on the coverage. On the far side is Buckland. Pass intended over there for number 3, Garcia, who beat him earlier, but this time Buckland up for the task. They bring up 4th down and 5. 3:40 to go to halftime. The Vikings lead 7-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. They're going to go for it. Doubles, 2 receivers each side. Switch it up. They're going to bring up tight. Sweat out to the left side by himself. Punt formation going back. Hovland kicks it. Isaac Epperly picks it up. Inside is 10. Going to run it up. Flag on the play. I didn't see him. He picks up the flag. He never. I didn't see him signal for a fair catch. No flag on the play. Yeah, because Epperly never waved his hand, so he wasn't signaling for a fair catch. So I'm not sure why he threw the flag. And timeout taken by Bigfork with 3:34 to go. They have it right at their own 10-yard line. That stopped the return as Epperly was moving up. He blows the whistle. That downs it right at the 10-yard line. They pick up the flag. There is no flag because Epperly did not signal for a fair catch, so I'm not sure what the officials out there. Jack and Donna Grenier and Vern Childers rooting from Bigfork. Thank you out there. So 7-0. He breaks it out across the 25. They say a fumble on the play, but I believe Buckland was down at about the 24-yard line. And Bigfork with the football as Buckland retains possession at the 25. And it'll be enough for a first down. So a pickup of about 6 by George Buckland. And 1st and 10, 2:30 to go from their own 25-yard line. So the Vikings looking to just run the football and see if they can break one out here. 7-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. I formation looking. Gives it up. Ferrier left side. And Ferrier takes it across the 25 out near the 27. And he'll pick up 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 with 2 minutes to go until halftime. And Ferrier on the right wing gets the inside handoff from Wallen. And looking for the play. From the sideline on the signs, they see it. Ferrier, right wing. I formation. Taylor. Buckland behind him. Wallen under center. Snap. Fakes it. Gives it up to Taylor. Taylor near the 30-yard line. And they'll spot it at the 29. They need to get out to the 35. That'll bring up about 3rd down and 6. So the Vikings trying to run some clock here. 1:17 to go. I formation, Wallen. Ferry goes in motion. Townsend's jump. Wallen gets under center, takes it, gives it out to Buckland. Buckland right side. Going to break it across. Nope, gets stopped right at the 30-yard line. Stop the clock. That'll bring up 4th down and 5. And I believe Townsend took a timeout. 4th and 5. This will force the Vikings to kick to the Bulldogs here with 54 seconds to go. They're going to reset the clock to 1 minute, I believe. We'll see what they do. 1 minute to go here till halftime. And the Vikings going to have to punt. Ferrier to punt for Bigfork. On that play, Ferrier went in motion. Bulldogs looked like they jumped but didn't jump across. They're trying to get him to jump in and a free first down, if you will, or free 5 yards. It would have been brought up 3rd and short, but they ran the play. Buckland got stopped right at the 30. He picked up probably a half yard or so, and it's 4th and 5 here with 1 minute, or exactly 1 minute to go till halftime. So Bigfork looking to kick the ball, cover, and keep the Bulldogs from scoring here. So Ferrier will go back to punt for Bigfork. Back deep. It'll be 18, Ryan Rock to return. And Wallen, the up man, watching the left side where they nearly got in last time. Snap. Taylor, Ferrier gets it, kicks it off the side of his foot. Goes Ferrier in Bigfork territory. And not a very good punt off the side of his foot. And be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Bigfork 38-yard line. So the snap was a little bit high. Ferrier not able to get a good kickoff. And they'll spot it at Bigfork's 38, 1st and 10, 54.3 to go till halftime. And got to stay away from those big plays to the Vikings. And their secondary has stepped up lately. And one receiver out to the left. Sweat in the slot on the right. 2 receivers right. Hovland, shotgun formation. Need to get pressure on him. Throws it deep. He's got Sweat open right there. And hits him for the touchdown. Epperly on the coverage. And Vandenaker from 38 yards out for the touchdown. Just got done talking about it. Got to cover those guys deep. Hovland not getting any pressure, able to throw with no pressure on him. They're trying to get in. And the Bulldogs on for the extra point try with 47.8 to go. Weird formation. The offensive line is out to the right side. Hovland looking. And they're going to set it down, bring it in. Trying one of those trick formations. And 22 on for the extra point try, Camden Ferguson. Kick up. Kick is up and good. 47.8 to go till halftime, and we're tied at 7 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And I know the Vikings a little down on that, letting Vandenaker get behind him. And Vandenaker, number 7, at 6'3", a big receiver and wide open. Epperly got there late, couldn't quite break it up, and Hovland threw it right there in the end zone for the touchdown. I'll be back with a kickoff here before halftime here in Townsend, Montana. We're tied at 7. So Bigfork to receive. Wyatt Hurd back deep to receive. Ferrier and Epperly on either side kicking. Number 5 is Hovland for Townsend. Brings out the football at the 40. Wind blowing still a little bit, probably 5-10 miles an hour here. Cooling things off a little bit. Sunshine as well. And Hovland to kick. We're tied at 7. Ball blows off the tee, so they got to set it up. Usually they got to get somebody to hold it. Get it to the officials, back to Hovland. It blows off again. They got to have somebody hold it. So the wind enough to blow it off the tee. We're ready to go here. The Vikings with a chance. May get a good return and then can run it that they have been doing. So squib kick. Ferrier covers it up at the 20-yard line, and he dives for it. Didn't want to let it get past him. Smart thing by Joseph Ferrier. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes, 45.6 to go till halftime. We're tied at 7. And right from their 20, Wallen will come on. Let's see what Coach Jim Ben will do. So a battle here between the Vikings and the Bulldogs, and we knew it would be, because the Bulldogs are always a tough team. And there goes receivers on either side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Going to give it up. Wallen going to look to roll. Oh, just short. Intended for Nick Walker out near the 30-yard line. And Garcia in coverage for Townsend. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, 39.3 to go. So Wallen trying to roll out to his left and hit Walker. 2 receivers, Epperly and Walker out the left side. Ferrier right side. Shotgun formation. Wallen rolling right. Look, he's got Ferrier deep. Going to throw it out for him. And Vandenaker intercepts it at the Townsend 49-yard line. Ferrier takes him down immediately and underthrew him. 43 on the coverage for Bigfork. Wyatt Johnson. And he looks like he did get out of bounds. Picked up about 5, 2nd and 5, 10.5 to go. The Bulldogs will take a timeout here with 10.5 to go. And they're at the Viking 30-yard line. And we're tied at 7 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. Can't give up. They're throwing the underneath because Bigfork trying not to give up that big play deep. And Townsend with some speed on the outside. Here in Townsend, Montana, we're tied at 7. And coming out of the timeout. So Bigfork trying to get a stop here. 10.5 to go here in the first half. Halftime, play the rest of that coaches interview of the 3 assistant coaches. And then get you your halftime stats here. So they'll go 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, so doubles formation. Single setback. Hovland shotgun formation, looking to throw. Vikings putting pressure, getting right up the middle. Throws out in the corner and overthrows him. Goes out of the back of the end zone. Wallen on the coverage, intended for Vandenaker, and incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5, 3.4 to go. Vikings need a big stop here. Prevent them from scoring and going to halftime tied at 7. And Hovland gets the play. And they're going to run that spread formation. The Vikings nearly getting in there. Walker trying to get past the up front guys for Townsend. And they'll go doubles again. 2 receivers each side. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Single setback on his right side. Hovland looking, high snap. Pressure, Nick Walker trying to get in. Right there, picked off. Gilliard comes up, goes back in coverage, breaks it up. And that runs out the clock. Abney right there as well. So a big stop there by Bigfork. And we'll go into halftime. We're tied at 7-7 in a heck of a ball game on UPS scoreboard. Here, let me get up the rest of that interview, and then I will come back here with your halftime stats here from Townsend, Montana, as we're tied at 7.
You know, same goal as to watch the kids reach their potential as a person and as a player, and also as as a person, as a player, and and they expect stuff from their coaches as well, which I appreciate.
Adam, what about, you played under Coach Hensley as well, got to do that. My oldest son did for a couple of years, and my youngest played all but the last year. So what do you got to say about Todd and then, the similarities between him and Coach Ben?
Yeah, talking about Hensley, very as far as kind of some similarities, like both really high character guys. You know, everyone, we want to win, you know, win or lose with class. The expectations are there of, you know, growing young men, and hopefully that they're doing the best job that they can for sure. And, you know, I think that looking at both Coach Emsley, obviously having coached me, and kind of how I grew up and how he was there to help me kind of grow as a man. And I think Coach Ben's really on the right track of, you know, getting these kids to progress through their livelihood and be the best that they can be on and off the field, obviously. And so it's been a great experience for my first year coaching with Coach Ben, and I'm super excited and stoked to move forward with him.
Tristan, you got anything to say? Did you coach under? No, you didn't coach under Emsley, did you? But you coached against him, and Coach Ben. Your experience, or was there a special coach out there that really motivated you into coaching?
Yeah, no, for sure. My grandfather coached me in high school. My uncle's a coach. I got a couple cousins that are teachers and coaches, so kind of growing up in that kind of atmosphere and showing up to two-a-days when you're 6, you know, all the way through 14 years old, just being around it for a long time, kind of realized that, you know, I want to make my life just like this. And I had plenty of great coaches in my life, which kind of, you know, wanted me to help give back and do that for our kids here at Bigfork. And just like all these coaches said, we have a great staff. We love being around each other. We laugh a lot, and we all have one common goal, and you know, having an impact on these kids and getting them to where they want to be when they grow up. And did not, you know, kind of knew Coach Emsley in high school a little bit, and everything these boys have said is very true. Got to know Coach Emsley while I got to Bigfork, and amazing dude. Talk about, you know, leaving a program better than you found it. Coach Emsley's spot on, and you can tell that the young men that he's coached have impacted their lives because of the way they are. And so love being in Bigfork, and love kind of this whole coaching staff and the team. You know, I get picked on a little bit, but that's okay. Try and battle through that. But other than the hazing, I'd say that this coaching staff is really awesome to be around.
That's funny, Tristan. You know what? I've got to be around here, and like you said, when I moved to Bigfork in 2000, and just being around the community really supports, and you see that you guys do an outstanding job. And I'll just tell you from my perspective, I mean, I used to film for Todd all the time before I became the full-time announcer. I used to do playoffs at first, and working with Todd was great, but I really absolutely love high school sports. I mean, I don't care what it is, and like you guys, giving back. I love the opportunity to be able to call the games. It's just you guys probably, when you coach, you get high during the game, and then you got to come down. The same thing happens to me when I announce. So you guys have done an outstanding job and continued success. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow against that. We haven't really talked about that, but I know you guys are prepared and ready to play, and I appreciate you guys joining me on the pregame show. We'll play this back tomorrow, and thanks. I appreciate each and every one of you, and you guys do an outstanding job. So all I got to say is, let's go Vikes.
Let's go Vikes.
Well, that was my pregame interview last night with the three assistant coaches. Connor Coleman, I got a chance to coach him back in junior high and high school, and then Adam Jort, both played and coaching at Bigfork, and then also Tristan Clark, who played and coached at Deer Lodge, but now is at Bigfork. And welcome additions to the coaching staff, and they're doing a great job for the Vikings. Got to take care of some business. Northwestern Energy salutes all of the players, coaches, and fans of Montana High School Association sports. Montana students install pride in all of us, inspire us with their teamwork. Northwestern Energy team members also believe in the power of teamwork, working together. we can continue a tradition of dedicated service. Northwestern Energy, a proud sponsor of the Montana High School Association. So thanks to them. We'll take a look at your halftime stats here as we're tied at 7-7 in halftime, brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they've proudly supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. So we're tied at 7-7 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. And take a look at halftime. No passes for Bigfork. Buckland, 12 carries, 110 yards already. For Broadwater or Townsend, as you would. Hovland, 12 of 20, 168 yards, 1 touchdown. Sweat, 7 carries, 44 yards. Garcia, 4 receptions, 65 yards. Looking at team overall, plays, Bigfork 22, Townsend 30. Offensive yards, 219 for Townsend, 164 for Bigfork. Time possession, pretty even. Coach talked about that, getting even time possession. 11:07 for Bigfork, 12:20 for Townsend. Rushing, 20 for 164 yards for Bigfork. So really good job by the Vikings rushing, as always. 10 for 51 yards for Townsend. But on the passing side, 0 for 2 for Bigfork. 12 of 20, 168 yards for Townsend, including 1 touchdown. 1 interception late there by Wallen as he tried to hit Ferrier up the right sideline, and that wind affecting a little bit. He had Van Aker beat up the right sideline. If he could have got it out there, I think Ferrier could have done something with that. So only 1 turnover by Bigfork. First downs, 5 for Bigfork, 8 for Townsend. Third down conversion, 1 of 4 for Bigfork, 3 for 8 for Townsend, and Townsend 0 for 2 on fourth. Penalty yard, 1 for 10 on Bigfork, and 4 for 30. They called that hurdling. That really killed it, but it really didn't matter because Bigfork actually ended up taking the ball down and scoring on that series. Punt average, 3 for 21 for the Vikings, 1 for 36 for Townsend. Wallen again, 0 for 2, 1 interception. Buckland, 12 carries, 110 yards. And Ferrier, 2 for 38. Levi Taylor, 6 for 16. And they're really keying on Levi up the middle, those tough yards. Receiving, nobody in the yards. Leading the way, Buckland, 4 tackles, 3 solo. Abney as well with 3. Wallen and Gilliard, 2.5. When Gilliard made a great play there at the end to save them going for that score at the end and knocking that one away as Gilliard went into coverage deep. Betts and Goosey, 2 apiece. 1.5 each for Taylor and Wyatt Johnson. Sean Benson had a huge one, and Venegas as well for Bigfork. Ferrier, Walker, Epperly, and Brown with a half each. Tristan Hurd, 1 for 1 on extra point tries. Ferrier, 3 punts, 63 yards, 21 average, and 1 inside the 20. And Buckland, kick returns, 1 for 9 yards. So overall, the Vikings winning it on the ground, the Bulldogs winning it through the air. So like Coach said, you got to get some big stop. They got some quick guys, does Townsend, for them, and can't let those guys get behind. And we did that a couple of times, which led to their scores. So that's your halftime stats, brought to you by the Flathead Lake Lodge. James LaFontaine, voice of the Vikes and Vals, glad to be here with you from Townsend, Montana. We're tied at 7, so a heck of a ball game coming back, and the Vikings will have to kick off because they received the opening kickoff here in Townsend, and they'll kick off in the second half. So I'll be back with the second half of the Vikings and the Bulldogs here. Quarterfinal action, 2021 Class B football champions here from Townsend, Montana. All right, we're ready to roll here in the second half. About 1 minute, final warm-ups, and the Vikings will be kicking here in the second half, and to the Bulldogs, as the Vikings took the opening kickoff here in the third quarter. Kickoff will be brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods, proud sponsor, Marcus Bagos and the gang. A little windy out here. Up on scaffolding here over on the visitors' side. Before, remember the first year I came here, I was up on a bus and broadcasting from that. The last couple times they got scaffolding it out here at about the 50-yard line. I can see the game and see what's going on. So glad to be here in Townsend, and a heck of a ball game so far. I was going to check the weather here. It says 57 degrees, mostly cloudy, and wind gusts are up to 17 miles per hour. You're running about 12, coming out, they say, out of the southwest. Okay. But other than that, pretty nice day here in Townsend, Montana. I think the key, again, you're going to have to put pressure on them in the second half. And keep playing defense. I mean, they had a great goal line stop there where Townsend could have scored and able to hold them. And now, here, get ready to go. Tristan Hurd will kick again for Bigfork. And back deep, Sweat, their speedster, 32. Dawson Sweat along with 7. Gavin Vandenaker, their 6'3" wide receiver, to receive the Tristan Hurd kick. Brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. We're ready to go here in Townsend, Montana. Second half as we're tied at 7-7. Here's the kick. Deep. Sweat will get it this time at about his 19-yard line. Going to go to this right side. Everybody right there. Benson right there pushes him out to the outside. Venegas is going to grab him at the 20. Jeremiah doing a great job there. Sweat trying to, they had the right return on, did Townsend. And Sweat picks it up at left side, runs right because that's the way the return was set up. And Venegas not letting him get away. Benson forced him more to his right, so he helped him and ran him in the arms of Jeremiah Venegas for the tackle. 11:51. Hey, we're just underway here in the second half. Hovland will remain in shotgun formation. Receiver on either side. Single setback next to him. Hovland going to hand it off right up the middle. Bigfork getting the job done there. Levi Taylor in on the tackle of Stewart along with Wyatt Johnson, and no gain. Maybe a half a yard. We'll call it second down and 10 here from Townsend. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, glad to be here with you. Yesterday and Thursday in Thompson Falls for volleyball divisional action. Okay, they'll come out, single receiver either side. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Single setback. Hovland looking to throw. Got a man over there, Garcia, right at the sticks. Buckland as Garcia comes back for the catch and gets the first down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Townsend. Buckland on the coverage. And Garcia coming underneath rather than getting beat deep. Smart job there by Buckland as Garcia breaks back for it. And Hovland hits him on the right side. Here goes shotgun formation. Receiver on each side. Single setback. One guy on the wing. Going to hand it up right there. Nick Walker in on the tackle along with 74, Goosey. Picks up 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Goosey on the tackle there with Walker. And 2nd and 8. So when Hovland goes to pass, like Vikings, like I said, they just need to get some pressure on him, cause him, not give him all day. The secondary can't cover that long. And they'll send 2 receivers out to their left side, 1 right, and single setback next to motion is the running back. And Townsend will move on the end, 75. The right tackle moves. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, a procedure penalty against Townsend. Instead of 2nd and 8, it'll bring up 2nd down and 13. So it'll push it back inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. And they're going to wind the clock here. And they'll send 2 receivers left side, 1 on the right side. Garcia, Hovland, shotgun formation. Motion. Fakes it. Looking. He's got Vanderacre on a flag route right there. Epperly on the coverage. A little Z out, if you will. And Epperly takes down Vanderacre, but not before he catches the ball in Bigfork territory at the 45-yard line. So Vandenacre breaks in, breaks out. Hovland throws it up. And Vandenacre, 6'3", comes down with it. A big kid for Townsend. And they'll come out. Trips to the right side, single receiver left. Shotgun formation, Hovland. Sweat right next to him. Going to hand it off. Fakes it to Sweat. Hovland's going to keep it. Going to run right side. Going to run right up the middle right there. And brought down by Levi Taylor. Ball comes out, but they say he's down. Inside Bigfork territory at the 25. So 1st and 10 at the Viking 25-yard line. And Hovland saw something, just fakes it, takes a direct snap, and takes it up the right side, the quarterback for Townsend. So Garcia, Vandenacre will go out along with 45 trips. That's Klaus, Rouser. Trips to the left side, single receiver right. Hovland going to hand it up to Sweat. Sweat running right there. And in on the tackle is Nick Walker. Takes it down to the 21-yard line. Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the Viking 21-yard line. So the Vikings need to get another stop here as Townsend taking the opening kickoff here in the second half and moving it downfield. A big pass to Vandenacre. So 1 receiver out left, 1 receiver right, 2 running backs. Sweat behind Hovland, shotgun formation. Hovland looking over the middle. Caught. Buckland takes him down. Caught by number 4 there. Braden Rock takes it inside the 10. At about the 7 or 8 yard line, it'll be 1st and goal for Townsend. So Hovland having a long time to be able to throw. We need to get some pressure on him and cause him to throw early. Need a turnover right here or hold him. Doubles, 2 receivers each side. Hovland shot from formation. Sweat on his right side. Looked like Townsend may have jumped. Hovland looking, he throws it out left side. Ooh, through the hands of Vandenacre. Buckland was right there, nearly could have picked that one off, and he would have been able to go to the house, I think, on that one, because there was nobody there to cover that right side, especially with George Buckland's speed. And mark it at the 8, 2nd and goal from the 8 yard line. I get a better view from where it's at. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Hovland shotgun formation, Sweat on his right side. Snap, Sweat, Hovland going to keep it. This time Walker again. Walker in on the tackle, gets down to about the 5, maybe picked up 3. 3rd and goal from the 5 for another, for the Bulldogs, and the Vikings need to come up with another big third down stop here. And a goal line stop. They've done a good job. Bend but don't break defense today for the Vikings. Goosey in the middle, the nose guard. Walker on one side, Betts on the other. They'll run 2 receivers left. Sweat right side of Hovland motion. Goes Rock over the right side. They're stacking. Drip. Sweat's going to run bubble screen out there looking. Going to throw it over the middle late. Vandenaker wide open for the touchdown on the back end. So they faked it out right side. And Hovland able to hit him for the touchdown as he drug across from the right to left. And they'll try for the extra point try. And 22 is on. That's Ferguson, for Townsend for the extra point try. Kicks it up. Wind having an effect on it. Flag flies late. And no good on the extra point try. They call him personal foul running in the kicker. Again, just like last time, it looks like it got pushed into him. And a penalty will be half the distance to the goal, and Townsend will try it again. And they'll go for 2 instead. Well, Townsend at about the 1.5 yard line. So they'll go double. Twins out to the right, left side. Hovland shotgun formation, Sweat. Hovland looking to roll. Throws it late to Rock. Complete for 2. And 15-7 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. 6:57 to go here in the third quarter. And again, it looked like Bigfork coming in to block the extra point was blocked to him. And obviously the officials didn't see that. I didn't see it until I have to look at. And Coach Jim Ben, he's out there talking to the head guy about showing the motion that somebody got pushed into the kicker, so it shouldn't have been a penalty. And they missed the extra point. And that's what Coach Ben is talking about. Our guys wouldn't purposely run into him, and it looks like he got pushed into him, so he's talking to the head guy, and he says, anyway, there's nothing to do about it now. So 15-7, the Vikings got to fight back now. They'll get to return it and go on offense. And Hurd back deep to receive. Ferrier one side, and Epperly on the other. And number 5, Trey Hovland, the quarterback, also doing kicking duties from the 40. Plenty of game left here. Rest of the third quarter and fourth quarter for Bigfork. And Hovland, the kicks it deep. It's going to be a little bit short. Epperly is going to take it inside the 15, about the 12. Going to come right side, straight up, and hit about the 30-yard line by 44. Richard Jones. And 1st and 10, they spot it at the 30-yard line. So a nice return by Epperly of about 18 yards out to the 30. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. Got to take this and take it down the field just like they did last week against Glasgow. They just got to play some offense right here. Waller will go in shotgun formation. Taylor on his left side. 2 receivers, Walker and Epperly out to the left side. Ferrier on the right wing for the Vikes. Look, hands it up. Taylor up the middle. Taylor. And Vandenaker in on the stop. And Rock as well, number 4. He picks up about 3, maybe 4. 2nd and 7. and will remain in shotgun formation. The Twins out to the left side. Taylor next to him. Wallen throws it out quickly, gets it complete to Epperly. Epperly's going to run up the left sideline and runs out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down. And a nice pass out there by Wallen, his first completion, out to about the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their 44, and the first completion there by Wallen. That's his third pass. Here the wind's dying down just a little bit, making it a little easier. Twins, Epperly outside, Walker inside in the slot. Ferrier on the left side. Wallen, shotgun formation, Taylor on his right side. Snap, gonna hand out to Ferrier. Ferrier breaks back inside. At the 45, picked up 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Vikings. 5:54 to go here in the third quarter. And Vikings come out, same. Walker, Epperly out to the right side. Wallen, shotgun formation. He's got him over. Nick Walker wide open at the 30. He's at the 20. He's down at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Vikings! Nick Walker from Wallen. And Vikings fight right back. Walker got behind the cornerback and the safety wide open, catches it at the 30 on a nice pass by Wallen. And Walker takes it the rest of the way in for the touchdown. 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. A nice return, or get themselves back in the game. A nice drive there by Bigfork. Wallen throwing, completing 2 passes on that. And looks like they'll go for 2 here. And Wallen will go in shotgun formation. Levi Taylor on his left side. Walker out to the left. Isaac Eppley out to the right. Looking, he's going to roll. Is Wallen. Wallen looking, throws backside. Oh! Backside late. Trying to hit it Epperly and intercepted by Townsend, but the Vikings are still in the ballgame here. 15-13, 5:30 to go on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard as the Vikings drive it down. Wallen, they say you shouldn't throw over the middle late, and did right there as they were dragging as Wallen was rolling to his right and tried to hit Walker there. So Walker gets him right back in there with a nice catch and touchdown run. We'll be back with the kickoff here in the third quarter. 15-13, the Bulldogs lead the Vikings on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Oh, Tristan Hurd to kick off for Bigfork. Right back in it here in Townsend. Good ball game, folks. 15-13, and Hurd to kick off. Back deep, Sweat and Vandenaker to receive. And got to get a big stop here. Kicks it deep, Sweat inside his 10, about his 9-yard line. This time they're going to return to the left side right there, almost getting it left side. Sweat still running and brought down at the 50. Isaac Epperly along with Sean Benson, but not before Sweat gets out to the 50. I'll tell you, that guy is quick, and Townsend had the return this time set up the left side instead of the right side. The Viking broke in there, almost tripped him up back at about the 30, but Sweat running hard gets out to the 50. And 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll go 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Actually trips on the right side. Single receiver left. Hovland will go in shotgun formation. Sweat, I believe, on his right side. Hovland keeps it this time and brought down, wrapped up there, and I see Nick Walker. It wraps him up as he crosses the 50 down about the 46-yard line. Pick up a 4 and 2nd down and 6. So 2nd and 6 from the 46 for the Bulldogs. And Hovland's going to probably keep going to shotgun formation, throwing it because he's got all day. Vikings need to try to come up with some pressure on him, as they did against the Glasgow quarterback and caused him to throw incomplete. One receiver right, 2 left. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Motion is Vandenaker. Going to hand it off to him. Aker right side. Venegas trying to grab him from the backside. Miss him. Aker up the right side and tripped up there by Buckland. Down about the Viking 30-yard line. No flags on the play. And right at the Bigfork 30-yard line. And 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here, single receiver, Vandenaker out to his left. Split backs behind Hovland, shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. 30. Hovland's going to keep it. This time, met right there. Gilliard on the tackle. Wallen comes up and helps him. Right at the 30, no gain. Or just inside the 30. We'll call it 2nd down and 10. And Ferrier goes out, 43. Wyatt Johnson in. 2 receivers right. And stack twins to the right side, left side. Sweat goes in motion. Hovland rolling out to his left. Pressure put on. Vandenaker, Gilliard, Wallen. And Wallen tackles him out of bounds. Wallen gets him inside the 20, and enough for a 1st down just inside the 20 of the Vikings for the Bulldogs. 3:17 to go, 15-13 on UPS Stores scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana in quarterfinal action. And they'll send trips out to the right side. Hovland, Stewart next to him. 1 receiver out to the left. And this time Hovland's just going to keep running it, and they got to spy him. Venegas trips him up. 45 for Bigfork. And Hovland gets down to the 15, picks up 5, and 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Bigfork needs to get another stop here. Can't afford to keep trading scores. And they'll send 2 receivers out to the left side. They'll stack 2 on the right side stacked. Snap, Hovland. Looking over the middle. Boom, tip off. Levi Taylor, he's at the 30. And out of bounds. Taylor reading that one from his linebacker spot, knocked out of bounds by 54. Walker Spurlock. So a big defensive play by the Vikings. And Levi Taylor, little pressure put on Hovland as he rolled to his left. Tries to throw it to Vandenaker, and Taylor from his linebacker spot, he steps in front of that one and runs it back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes for their own 30 with 2:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 406-270-7384. Let me know you're listening. Twins, Epperly, Walker, left side. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Taylor on his left side. Snap, gives it up to Taylor. Taylor right side, right side. Runs it across and brought down there. 44 and 75, the initial guys on the tackle. That's Lawlessure and Richard Jones. But Taylor gets 5 as he gets out to the 35. And across the 35, we'll call it 2nd and 5 for the Vikes. Here with 2:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll run shotgun formation. Taylor left side. Gilliard on the right side is the tight end. Right wing is Buckland. Twins out to, hands off to Buckland inside. Makes it out near the 1st down. And just we'll see where they spot it. He needed to get to about the 40, and he does. Crosses the 40 and a first down for the Vikes as Buckland takes the handoff from his right wing and runs it up left side. And the line getting it done now. Just need to continue to run successfully. That's what the Vikings do, and they do that well. So shotgun formation, Buckland right wing. Walker, Epperly, left side. Taylor on the left side of Wallen. Wallen throws it out, completes the Walker. Walker going to run up to left side and out of bounds. Nice block there by Epperly, springing Walker across near the 50. And they'll spot it at the 47, and it pick up a 7, 2nd down and 3 for the Vikings. And he stayed in bounds, so they'll wind the clock. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Epperly, Walker will go out to the right side. Wing is Buckland, left side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side, going to give it up to Taylor. Taylor left side, gets it right at midfield. Near the first down, we're going to see where they spot that. Just short of the 50, and it'll be 3rd and inches. So 3rd down for the Vikes, 30 seconds to go. They have time for one more play here in the third quarter. Walker, Epperly will go out to the right side. Buckland on the left wing. Taylor on the right side of Wallen. Motion goes Buckland. Buckland trips now on the right side. Wallen looking. Takes a snap, going to hand up Taylor. Taylor looking going up left side, and he crosses the 50. He keeps going inside down near the 45 and out of bounds as the beast, I would say, Levi Taylor, not going to be slowed down, gets it to the 45 of the Bulldogs. It'll be first down with 0.6 to go as he got out of bounds. They thought they had him at the 50. No. He ran it down to the 45 as Taylor strong, running hard. One more play here in the third quarter. Walker, Epperly, right side. Buckland on the left wing. Levi Taylor on the right side of Wallen. Shotgun formation for the Vikes. Snap, going to give it up. Taylor going to run left side. Trying to get outside. Gets it out back to the original line of scrimmage at the 45. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. And just short, maybe lost a half a yard. And that'll wrap it up for the third quarter. 15-13 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. And the Vikings will have it 2nd and 11 here to start the fourth quarter. I'll be back with the fourth quarter and the completion of this ball game from Townsend, Montana. On your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard, 15-13, Bulldogs lead the Vikings here from Townsend, Montana. All right, we're back here in Townsend, Montana. 15-13 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. The Vikes on the drive at the Bulldogs' 45-yard line. It'll bring up second down about 10. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland goes in motion. Wallen's going to roll right. Looking. Throws the screen backside. Gilliard on the tight end. Nice block. Gilliard, he's at the 40-30. He's down at the 20. Inside the 20, down to the 15. And tackled out of bounds. Nice tight end screen set up by the Vikings. And gets it down about the 50. I got to see where they spot it here. Taken down by 45, Klaus Rauser for Townsend. Inside the 20 at the 18, and 1st and 10 for the Vikes from their own 18-yard line, or the Bulldog 18-yard line. Here, they'll go shotgun formation. Two receivers out right. Buckland as well. Motion. Gives it out to Buckland, left side. Buckland going to break to the outside. Hit 10, 5. Breaks it in for the touchdown. Buckland. They had him at the 5, but he takes it inside for the touchdown. From 18 yards out, George Buckland for the Vikes. The Vikes take the lead with 11:39 to go in the ball game. And Tristan Hurd will come on for the extra point try, making it a 5-point lead. Snap. Wallen gets it down. Hurd. Kick is up. And Hurd right through the middle. 11:39 to go here in the ball game. The Vikings lead 20-15 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. And the Vikings are fired up as they answer back. And key to that all, folks, was Levi Taylor's interception as the Bulldogs were driving. As that late pass trying to hit Vandenaker, and Taylor right there from the middle linebacker spot steps in front of it. And then the Vikings able to drive it down, mixing in the pass with the run and doing a good job. Both Taylor, Buckland, Wallen, Nick Walker, Gilliard with receptions. So 11:39 to go, 20-15. We'll keep it right here as Hurd will kick off on the right hash this time. They've been doing that whole time. Nope, they're going to move him over. He wants him to kick off from the left hash, the coaches say. So you can kick off from wherever, center, left, right hash if you want. Hurd, you can choose. And back deep, Vandenaker and Sweat for Townsend. And a heck of a ball game here from Townsend, Montana in quarterfinal action. I haven't heard other scores around the league. I haven't had a chance to check. If you got them, you know them, send them to me. Hurd's kick. Kicks it deep. Vandenaker will come up at the 15. The Vikings right there. Aker gets on the outside, can erupt the sideline, and brought down by Tristan Hurd, the kicker for the Vikes. But Vandenaker all the way into Viking territory, excuse me, at the 48-yard line, and 1st and 10 for Townsend at the Viking 48. So the Vikings defense, special teams we need. As Vandenaker picks it up to 15, takes it all the way back to the 48. And now the defense needs to really step up for Bigfork. Need to put some pressure on Hovland. Don't let him get all day to pass. Doubles, 2 receivers each side. Hovland, motion. Hovland, and whistle blows. And looks like the Bulldogs took timeout. Timeout, Bulldogs. Probably didn't like something, weren't set right, so that's their first, I think, here in the second half. And the coach is talking to the Vikes, hey, let's step up, let's make a play. You see the young coaches out there, all 3 of them. Connor Coleman, Tristan Hurd, Adam Jort, telling them, Jort played corner. Connor played DN. Not sure what Tristan played, but he's talking to Abney out there, encouraging them, making sure don't let the guys get behind you. And Jort playing a DB position, giving instructions to Buckland along with the defensive coordinator, Ed Buttry, for the Vikings. So giving good instructions, and Townsend, 2 receivers right, left, 1 receiver left, right, Hovland in shotgun formation, Sweat next to him, motion from left to right. Hovland fakes, got to put pressure. Here comes Gilliard. Gilliard gets there, right there. Epperly knocks it away. Intended for Vandenaker, And Isaac Epperly makes another good play. The Epperly, about 6'2", 6'3", long arms, reaches out and knocks that away from Vandenaker because that was going to drop in his hands. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Townsend. And they'll send 2 receivers out to the left. So Gilliard coming up the middle, almost putting a little pressure on Hovland that time. 1 receiver right, Sweat. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Motion is Vandenaker from left to right. Goes across, going to hand it to Sweat. Sweat right there. Levi Taylor says no. From his middle linebacker spot, read that one perfectly. Grabs Sweat for maybe a loss. No gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. So the defense really stepping up here now in the 4th quarter. Gilliard, actually the middle linebacker, and Taylor playing an outside linebacker. Trips right, left, single receiver right, Hovland, shotgun formation. He's going to roll left. He's looking for a guy over there wide open underneath is 45. Gilliard's going to run him out of bounds. That's Klaus Rauser in the flat, and Gilliard runs him out of bounds, but not before he gets a 1st down. Drive deeper in at the 32-yard line of Bigfork. A little out route run by Rauser, and it was wide open there. Hovland rolling to his left, able to hit him. So they'll send trips out to the right side. And no receivers left. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Sweat next to him. He's going to hand up to Sweat the middle. Sweat right there. Taken back. Again, Taylor, the senior, saying no, but Sweat gets down inside, down to the 29. Picks up of about 4, 2nd and 6. Also in on the stop for Bigfork was Wyatt Johnson. And Taylor really stepping up here for the Vikings on defense, leaving it all out of the field. He's talking to his team out there, the leader for the Vikes. And they'll send 1 receiver left, 2 receivers out to the right. Hovland, shotgun formation. Sweat in the backfield. Gonna hand it up, fakes it, throws it over the middle late, and ball tipped at the line. I think it was Gilliard tipping that one, knocking that down over the middle, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 28-yard line. They got to get down to the 22, I believe. Trips out to the right side. Single receiver comes tight on the left side. Hovland, shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his right. Looking, Walker trying to get their pressure. And out of bounds on the coverage is Isaac Epperly. And Vandenaker dives for it, can't quite catch it. And Hovland's pass flies out of bounds. 4th down, 4th and 6. And I'm sure in this territory that the Bulldogs going to go for it. 9:51 to go in the ball game. The Vikes up 20-15 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. Quarterfinal action, 4th down. A big 4th down here right for Bigfork. And they got to get the pressure on him, cause them to throw it away just like they did before. And they'll run doubles. 2 receivers each side. Hovland will go under center. Sweat right behind him on his left side. Snap. Fakes it. Going to roll right. Throws it up there. Oh, nice play. Patrick Wallen from safety spot. That was going to be complete out there. And folks, you got to see it. Wallen reads it on the out route, breaks for it, knocks it away. And turnover on downs, and a great play by the senior Wallen. You got to see that one on film, folks. I mean, he was probably 5 yards behind, read it, broke straight at it, and knocked it away. And turnover downs for Bigfork at their own 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes. 20-15, 9:47 to go in the ball game on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. The Vikings lead by 5. Just need to take and run it down. Wallen will go in shotgun formation. Taylor next to him. Walker, Epperly on the left side. Going to give it up. Taylor looking, breaks it back left side. He breaks it across the 30, about the 32. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Let's see. They're going to spot it at the 32-yard line. We'll say a pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. And the Vikings get the play. Walker. Or Epperly will go out left. Walker to his right. Ferrier. Gilliard on the left side. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Levi Taylor on his right side. Levi's going to run it right up the middle. Spins back. He's held up there, but he keeps churning. He probably picked up another couple yards. 75 in on the tackle of Taylor. That's Carson Lawlisher. Picks up 2. And we'll call it 3rd down and 5 for the Vikes. 8:50 and counting to go in the ball game. Vikes just need to keep driving it down the field and taking care of the football. And they're doing that up front. So Walker goes out right. Epperly on the left side. Ferrier, left side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Look, going to give it to Taylor. Inside handoff. Ferrier up the right side. He gets out near the 38. We'll see where they spot it. I believe it's going to be short of the 1st down. And they're going to spot it about the 37-yard line. He needed to get to 39. We'll call it 4th and a long 1, maybe 4th and 2. Wyatt Johnson coming in the ball game. And it looks like they're going to go for punt right here as the big guys come out. 4th down and 2. In your own territory, you got to punt it here. Ferrier back deep to punt for the Vikes. And 18 back for Townsend. Ryan Rock to receive. Ferrier booms one deep. Back inside the 30 at the 25-yard line. Got to get good coverage, and so they do right there. On the coverage, making the tackle is Wallen. A flag back at the 30-yard line in the area of penalty against Townsend as the initial indication. The guy that threw the flag, the side judge. Yeah, it's going to be against Townsend. I'll see what the call is. Looking for the white hat out there. Illegal block in the back as Levi Taylor got down there all the way back to the 20-yard line. So a nice punt there by Ferrier. As a nice snap. Gets off the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Townsend. 7:25 to go in the ball game. The Vikings up 20-15 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Winner moves on to the semis. The loser is done for the season. Shotgun formation, Hovland. Split backs behind him. Receiver on each side. Hovland, snap, goes in the grass, hands it off to Stewart right there. Johnson on the stop. Venegas also helping out, gets it out to the 25. Picks up about, I'll say 4, 2nd and 6 for Townsend, and 7 minutes to go. The Vikings, that clock cannot run fast enough at this time. So the Vikings really stepping up on defense here in the second half. After that initial drive by Townsend. Shotgun formation to split backs. Receiver each side, going to hand it off to Sweat. Sweat running right there and brought down. Gilliard, Johnson on the stop of Sweat. At about the 26-yard line, he's got to get out to the 32. We'll call it 3rd and about 5, actually. He's at the 26, got to get to the 31. Correction, so 3rd down and 5 for Townsend. And a big 3rd down right here. Bigfork can get a stop and force him to punt. And another minute off the clock. We got 6 minutes to go in the ball game. 2 receivers left. Shotgun formation is Hovland, split backs. And Bigfork got to get a big stop. Looks like Wallen's going to come in on the rush. Look and throw it over late. nearly picked off. Nice play. Jackson Abney breaks up the pass intended for Braden Rock, and flag over on the far left side. Penalty against Townsend. An eligible receiver downfield. It's 4th and 5, or it's going to be 3rd down over. They're going to illegal procedure. They decline the penalty. It'll bring up 4th down and 5, deep in their own territory at the 26-yard line. And a nice play there by the senior Jackson Abney. So the seniors really stepping up here. They want to continue and play another week. 5:52 to go. UPS scoreboard says the Vikings 20, the Bulldogs 15. And will they go for it deep in their own territory? Trips out to, or single receiver left, one to the right. He's going to punt it back deep. Wallen at his 40, takes it up the sideline, about the 50, gets into Bulldog territory, and down at the 47, maybe 48-yard line. We'll see where they totally spot it. I can get a better view here when they move it out in the middle of the field. I call it, 40. We'll call it the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. 5:50 to go, 20-15. The Vikings lead on the UPS scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, glad to be with you. Hey, Eureka leads Sweetgrass 27-0. So in the West, thank you for that score and update. Appreciate it. Looks like the West can move on. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland goes in motion. Wallen will keep it this time. Left side. And flag flies late. And holding on Bigfork. Vandenaker on the tackles. Wallen gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Holding. They'll take it back 10 yards on the spot. Back to the 43-yard line of Bigfork. 42. So 1st and 20 on the hold as Wallen kept it. He'll go shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Buckland in the slot. Walker and Epperly. Hands it out to Buckland. Buckland left side. Met in the backfield. That's a late hit by 44 as Buckland goes down, taken down by 11. Riley Rickmeyer, and 44 piles down on top of him, and no flag. Back to the 38-yard line. Richard Jones looked like a late hit there, but no flag on the play. 2nd down and a long. Got to get to the 38 of Townsend. Wallen will go shotgun formation. Doubles. Walker. Epperly out to screen to Buckland. Townsend right there. Sweat in on the tackle along with 60. Sangre at the Viking 37-yard line. And 3rd and 25 for Bigfork. Got to be smart about it. 4:36 and counting. Epperly will go out wide right. Nick Walker wide left. Wallen shotgun formation. Taylor on his left side. Snap. They're going to bring the blitz. Wallen throws it deep. He's got Walker. Taylor. Oh. And Gilliard falls incomplete. Rickmeyer on the coverage. And the Vikings will have to punt. That's a smart thing to do. 4th and 25. And that'll bring Ferrier on to punt for the Vikes, and Ryan Rock back to receive for the Vikings, for the Bulldogs. Just got to get a good snap and a good punt by Ferrier. Snap is good. Ferrier gets it down. Yep, there you go. And a penalty is going to be called on the Bulldogs for running in the kicker. As Ferrier got the kick off, did not block it, and that's a penalty on the Bulldogs, roughing the kicker, running into his kicking leg. And that'll be a personal foul, automatic first down. The white hat immediately threw the flag. And a good call by the official. So it'll be 15 yards and an automatic first down. So from the flag. From the line of scrimmage, it'll be 15 yards. It should be an automatic first down on the personal foul. And the Townsend fans are not happy. And 1st and 10, 4:07 to go. So Sweat trying to get in. Ferrier took the snap a little high, got the kick off, did not tip it. It should be first down. And they're winding it first down. Got to fix it over there. 1st and 10 at the 48 of the Bulldogs. 4:07 to go for the Vikes. Just got to run this clock down. Up 20-15 on UPS Store scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. And an unbelievable out there result. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor, right side. Just going to look to run it. Taylor up the middle. Gets it down to about the 45. Jones on the tackle at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup about 3, 2nd and 7. Under 4 to go, 3:52. So the Vikings need to pick up a couple first downs to wind this clock down. So going to look to run the ball. They're not going to look to throw here. Wallen will go in shotgun formation. Levi Taylor on his right side is looking for the clock to run down and snap it. Receivers on either side. Wallen snap, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor left side. Going to run it up. He's crossed the 45, keeps pushing down near the 40-yard line, and Taylor won't go down easy. Sweat in on the tackle along with 44 Jones, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 at the 41-yard line as the Bulldogs will take a timeout. With 3:14 to go in the ball game, the Vikings lead 20-15 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. An exciting game. Exciting turn right there. Bigfork trying to run the clock out. Then they had to punt. The snap to Ferrier a little bit high, gets the punt off, and then gets run into. That's a personal foul, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Automatic first down on the personal foul. So 3rd down and 3, a big 3rd down here for the Vikes. If they can pick up the first down and keep winding that clock down, that's the thing they want to do here. So the timeout's about over. Jim Ben out there talking with them. And Walker, Epperly will go out to the right side. Taylor right next to Wallen. Shotgun formation. Buckland on the left wing. Wallen looking to snap. Brown on the snap. Taps it to him. Taylor right up the middle. Going to push forward. Enough for the first down. And first down for Bigfork.
Yeah, as Levi Taylor pushes it up the middle. Jones in on the tackle as Levi Taylor will not be denied. He needed 3. I believe he got like 5. He got down to the 36-yard line, 3:02 and counting. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. I believe they need one more first down here. They'll send Walker, Epperly to the right side. Taylor right next to Wallen. Wallen shotgun formation. George Brown standing up waiting for the countdown. Gets 5 seconds to go. They're going to run as much clock as they can. Wallen gives it up. Taylor. Taylor. Backside is Sweat. Sweat comes in from the backside to make the tackle back to the 39-yard line. He'll lose about 3. 2nd and 13, 2:23 to go here in the ball game. And the Vikings leading 20-15 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of the House. Glad to be with you. 52 degrees sunny. The wind has really pretty much died down here in Townsend, and a beautiful day. Buckland, left wing. Epperly, wide to his right. Tight is Nick Walker. Wallen, shotgun formation on 2nd down. Buckland in motion. Wallen going to take it, runs it up inside. Wallen down inside. He got near the first down. He gets inside the 30. And a nice job by Wallen. Picked up about 10 at least on that play. And we'll see where they spot it. Inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 2 at the 28-yard line. They're going to get that down to the 26. 1:49 to go here, folks, in the ball game. And a battle to play next week in semifinals. Somebody told me that Eureka is up on Sweetgrass 27-0. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that. Other scores I'm not sure because Eureka, if we win this ball game, we have to face them again. But we got to take care of business right here first. We want to look past that. Vikings on offense, 3rd down and 2. And this may be 2-down territory. I don't know if you punt in this situation or not, but let's pick up the first down. Looking for Taylor will not be denied. And timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 1:49 to go in the ball game. They get this first down, they pretty much can run the clock out. And Wallen. They'll go tight formation. They'll bring Epperly in tight. Buckland on the left side. Wallen shotgun formation. And Taylor right next to him. Going to hand it up. Taylor looking. Sweat dives in. Cuts him short. He may have picked up a half a yard. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 3. 136, 135 and counting. What will the coach do? I think he'll run it down and call timeout. He's getting right next to the official. That's what he's doing, folks. Jim Ben standing near the side judge, getting ready to take a timeout so the Vikings don't have to run another play under 1:20 to go. He's waiting for the white hat to flag it out of the way so they can see the white guy in the white hat. He's going to run it all the way down. Timeout. Ben running all the time off the clock he can. 1:03 to go, folks, in the ball game. The Vikings leading 20-15 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Townsend, Montana. Quarterfinal action. The winner of this ball game looks like they'll take on the Lions, who lead up on Sweetgrass 27-0 in the semifinals. Wallen getting rubbed down, cramping up a little bit, drinking some water. Obviously, probably not going to punt here. Going to try to go and get the first down and run as much clock as possible. You don't want to throw it. And I'm sure Jim Ben was saying that. They got to watch that 32 Sweat, basically try to run away from him because he's got some speed and he's getting in there from his linebacker spot. I believe he plays. Yes, he does. 32, no DB spot. So he's running in
line up in the middle. Watch for him. Epperly will go left side. Walker will go right side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland on the left wing. Wallen in the shotgun. Taylor next to him. Gonna run up. Levi Taylor looking. Fighting his way. I believe he got the first down. And he did. He takes it inside the 25. And that's a first down for the Vikings. Under a minute to go. And the sideline, the fence gets knocked over by the fans here. And 45 seconds and counting. And the Vikings just need to run the clock. So victory formation, Wallen tight. Buckland on one side, on the right side. Walker, Epperly out wide right. Taylor on the left side of him. Walker ready to go under center. As guy counts it down, takes a knee. And they're not going to have to run another play. That's going to be your ball game, folks. And a great hard-fought ball game here. Oh, folks, I'm going to be back here. I'm trying to get Coach Ben to come afterwards. And a great, hard-fought ball game. We knew that what was going to be. The Vikings win this 20-15 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. They'll move on. They'll take on the Eureka Lions next Saturday here. And a hard-fought game. Levi Taylor, I'm telling you, he just would not be denied getting that first down. And their defense, bend, not break at times. And I'm telling you, folks, the Bulldogs are for real. Sweat, Hovland, Vandenacre, some just outstanding players. And they move in the semifinals. Does the Vikings with that 20-15 win. I'll come back with your full game stat. You want to stick around, okay, because I'm going to get the coach up here to interview. And then I'm going to get at least one of the players up here to talk about the ball game here. Let me get set up for that. I'll be back with your full game stats and wrap up interview here. Stick around as the Vikings win this 20-15 over the Townsend Bulldogs on the Viking BFSD Network. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes, and I was glad to be here with you from Townsend, Montana. Stick around. Back here in Townsend, Montana, your final 20-15. As the Vikings celebrate, going to try to get Coach Ben up here. Jim Ben and Brad Stottshill says, yeah, great job. Now it's time to get back up there. We're going to take Eureka's leading 27-0 on Sweetgrass. That means we'll probably face them in the semifinals. But a good win, great win by Bigfork. Hard fought, defense everywhere. Thanks for all your feedback as well out there. I really appreciate it. Get your full game stats, and I'll get somebody up here. I know I'm going to grab somebody to come up here to interview here on the post game. Let me take a look at your full game stats. I'll give those to you momentarily here. As I bring them up on my phone here, wrapping things up. And a big, huge win. A lot of players stepped up and played really big today. Isaac Epperly, great job on defense, knocking some passes away. And I'll get Coach Ben up here, hopefully. And let me look at my digital scout, give you the full game stats. 20-15 your final. Bigfork 7 in the second, 12 in the third, 1. They say 1 in the fourth. I guess the extra point was in the fourth quarter. 7 in the second, 8-15 total. Wallen 5 for 8, 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Buckland 16 carries, 165. 2 touchdowns for Hovland, 1 interception. Turnovers 1 apiece. First downs 13-16. Bigfork with 13-16 for Townsend. Third down 2 for 9 for Bigfork. 5 for 12 is for Townsend. 1 for 1 on fourth for Bigfork on that one, that key one that able to run the clock out. 0 for 3 for Townsend. Penalties 2 for 20, 7 for 60. That big key one was that roughing the kicker. That's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. It allowed Bigfork to maintain possession of the football. The punts 2 for 5 for 22.5 yards for Bigfork, 2 for 36 for Townsend. And Wallen 5 for 8, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 100 yards. Buckland 16 carries, 165 yards and a touchdown. Levi Taylor 18 for 52, but he would not be denied there at the end. Ferrier 4 for 42 for 1 touchdown. Wallen 1 no yards. Nick Walker 2 receptions, 62 yards and 1 touchdown. Bryce Gilliard 1 for 27. Isaac Epperly 1 for 11. Buckland 1. Buckland leads the way on the defense with 7 tackles total. Bryce Gilliard with 5. Levi Taylor 4.5. Wallen, Abney, Johnson 4 apiece. Nick Walker 3.5. Goosey and Venegas 3 apiece. Betts and Epperly with 2 apiece. 1.5 by Benson. Hurd with 1. Ferrier, Brown, and Abe Oakes with a half. Hurd 2 for 2 on extra point tries. Ferrier 5 for 112 and 1 inside the 20, 22.5 yards. Wallen 1 for 15 on punt returns. Epperly 1 for 17 on kick returns. 1 for 9 for George Buckland. And trying to get somebody here. All right, as Coach Ben makes it up here on the post-game show. It's like 2 years ago, or last year, remember? We won't worry about it. Post-game brought to you by the UPS store for all your printing and shipping needs, 439 Graden Avenue in Bigfork. And I got to tell you, Coach Ben, you talked about it when we talked about it yesterday, and taking care of the football, although you had the 7-0 on Sweetgrass, so we're probably going to have to go back up to Eureka next Saturday, and maybe a little different story this time in the semis. But congratulations to you and your team for an outstanding game. And I take my hats off to Townsend, an unbelievable team. This is what playoff football is about. We knew coming in it was going to be a great game, and it was a great game with 2 really outstanding teams getting things done today.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
that was fun to call. So, Coach, good luck next week. Go get some rest. Go celebrate with your kids. I appreciate your time, as always.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Levi, I'm coming.
I'm going to bring up Levi Taylor and talk to him. He's been up here before. He was up here last year with Mac. I remember that end of that game as well. So we're going to talk to Levi Taylor, the captain, here on the post game. Well, Levi, a heck of a ball game against a heck of a team. We knew coming in that these guys are tough. They'd only lost to Florence, and that was by 7. But talk about your team and how you guys really stepped up against a very tough Townsend, and that Sweat kid is fast.
Yeah. First off, it was truly a blessing that God provided us with this opportunity. We get to go back to Eureka. It's truly is a blessing that we get to be out here and I get to be with my brothers. This is all we wanted. We just wanted one more week because we love each other. We're that close, and I think that's what played into this week. We just were out there and we're like, who wants it more? Who wants it more?
Well, I really saw that. I really watched, especially in the second half, and third and fourth quarter. It looks like your seniors said, hey, it's not ending here. Mm-hmm. Right? You made some great tackles. I mean, on Sweat, you just hit him hard and took him back, and he's fast. And then, I look at Isaac Epperly, a couple plays on passes to Vandenacker, their big 6'3" guy, and knocking away. And then that pass intended outside that Wallen just jumps from 5 yards back and just knocks away. Senior after senior, a big play by each of the kids getting things done today for you guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it takes, because we know they got ballers on the Townsend side, and all the credit to them too. They got some dogs, and
yes,
we just brought it, and we looked at each other and we're like, this is our game if we choose to take it. So
well, that was a very hard fought game, and a key thing I thought was the roughing the kicker. And that was the right call, because Ferrier did get it off, and then Sweat tried to get there, obviously runs into him, 15 yards, automatic first down, and you were able to take it down. But there were some key plays, 3rd and 3 twice. They give the ball to you, and, it's like you just said, you're not stopping me. I'm getting that first down.
Well, before every single one of those plays, I said, Lord willing, if it's your will, you'll let us win. If not, I know God had a plan for us, and I got to spend my life since 4th grade with these guys, and it's been huge. So it's pretty amazing what we got to do, and I just trusted my guys up front because I knew that they would come through.
Yeah, and Wallen, Key didn't throw much, but Nick Walker he was wide open by 15 yards, takes it in for the touchdown. I mean, you guys just really played a great game as a team. So I'm really proud of you. It looks like you already know, because I see Eureka's up 27-0 on Sweetgrass. Somebody texted me that. So it looks like we're going to head back to Eureka and hopefully for a different result. So you move on. You're in the semifinals now, a chance to play for the state championship. The West is alive, right? The West is tough. I'm not sure what happened in the Florence game or the Whitehall. We'll find out later. But the West, we got some teams out here.
Yeah, it's the toughest division in the state. I don't care what anybody else says. We're the toughest kids out here. Nobody's stronger than the West, and we're proving that right now.
Well, I thank you for your time on the post-game show. It's always good for the fans out there to hear from the coaches and from the players. And I'm looking forward to next week game, making me work again, travel again, make me work another week, right?
Yes, sir.
Go celebrate with your buddies, your seniors, and a great job again, as always. I'm proud of you guys and the way you guys play. You guys play with class
yes,
every time, and you guys are just an outstanding team. So thanks for joining me on the post-game, Levi, and go celebrate.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Ben and Levi Taylor, the leader of the Vikings, here on the postgame show. Your final from Townsend, Montana. The Vikings moving on to the semifinals. Looks like they're going to head to Eureka, take on the Lions next Saturday, 1 o'clock. We'll have that broadcast here for you as they win this one 20-15 on UPS Store scoreboard. Thanks to my sponsors. And wherever you are out there listening, all the folks here from Bigfork that came over to watch the game, safe travels home. And great job by the Vikes today. Played a very tough and a very talented Townsend team in the Bulldogs, and they're always tough in a great ball game to win this one 20-15. So very proud of them, and we'll moving on to the semifinals next week, and it'll be great to bring the ball game to you. Thanks for listening out there. I really appreciate you guys and your positive feedback. It really keeps me going, and I love covering this game. So thank you, and good afternoon from Townsend, Montana. As the Vikings win this one 20-15 in the quarterfinals, they'll take on the Eureka Lions in the semifinals next week. Here on the BFSD events here on YouTube. This is James LaFontaine, the Vikes voice of the Vikes and Vows, here from Townsend, Montana. Good night.